Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we unfortunately have to listen to Chrystia Freeland as she gives this absolutely ludicrous answer to this reporter about housing, affordability, and the budget. Now, this question almost didn't even get asked, and you can tell by Freeland's face going from a smile to serious within 0.01 seconds that she wished she didn't get this question either. And this is how it went.
In 2015, the average price of a single-family detached home in Brantford was just over $284,000, $410 for a new build, and the current price is now $716,000. How do you expect an average resident here to afford this when the median household income in Brantford is just over $60,000?
It's a great question, probably the essential question. And that's why we're investing so much in housing. That's why this budget includes a massive $6 billion investment in housing across the country. It comes on top of major efforts like the Housing Accelerator Fund, which it tops up. It comes on top of a really important announcement we made last fall, where we lifted the GST on the construction of purpose-built rental. Taken together, we now have a national housing plan that will get 4 million additional homes built by 2031. We need to build more homes. The key to Canada's challenge, to Ontario's challenge, to Brantford's challenge is supply, supply, supply. We have to build more homes. We have to build them faster. We have to do that by cutting red tape. We have to do that by having an attitude towards zoning that is, let's get things built. We have to do it with investments in infrastructure, which the government has put in place to support communities and provinces in getting those homes built.
Now, for those of you who have tuned out and for those of you who are still with me, she just made the claim that by 2031, they are going to have 4 million homes built. So that's 6.5, 7 years away. And Trudeau also made this claim or statement, whatever, back in April. He said, we're going to build almost 4 million new homes by 2031. We're going to change the way homes are built in Canada, and we're going to create a new generation of homeowners. Let's get going. Well, yeah, let's actually get going in terms of the numbers here. Because say we take the next 7 years, that's 2,555 more days. If we divide that by 4 million homes, you would need to have 1,566 basically homes built in a day. If we divided that by 24 hours, that's 65 homes an hour. And if we divided that by a minute, that's literally a little over a house a minute. That's working 7 years straight. Is this man insane? How can anybody make a claim like this? But then when we go back to Freeland and her answer to this question, it's no better, because all she's doing now is talking about what they're doing for young people. The renters who now their rent will be going towards their credit score. So I'll save you the hassle of listening to all that again. But there is one section that I did want you guys to listen to, and that's this one here.
We've put some specific measures in place to help young Canadians achieve that dream of home ownership. Because I think for so many people, that's a foundation for a middle-class life. And it is really important that for young people, that middle-class life be within reach. So we launched last April the first home savings account, the FHSA. There are now more than 750,000 young Canadians that have opened a first home savings account. That's a big deal. And that is young people saying, you know what, I do believe I'm going to get that first house, and I'm putting money down every month to buy it.
Is anybody able to tell me who the hell she's talking about? She's making the claim that 750,000 accounts have been created or opened. I bet you a vast majority of those are empty because nobody has any spare money to go into some savings account for their first home. everybody's complaining about how they can't afford a home, how they'll never own a home. And even yesterday on Wednesday in the question period, Pierre brought this up when talking to Trudeau in French.
I celebrated the fact, not admitted the fact, I celebrated the fact that our programs were much less costly and accomplished much more. The average rent was $973 a month, and now it's almost $2,000 a month. It used to take 38% on average for monthly bills, and now it's up to almost 64% of a person's income goes to paying the bills.
Almost 65% of your paycheck just goes to bills now because of how crazy everything is. And she's still making the claim that people are putting money into a savings account. This woman's out of her mind. But this isn't even the worst part. The next follow-up question by the reporter just blew my mind with Freeland's answer.
Excellent. Is this okay? And just as a follow-up, I know we've talked a lot today about how a lot of our volunteer firefighters are giving up a lot of their free time, giving up some hobbies or spending time with family members so they can kind of go to where and when they are needed. My question is kind of, how is this tax benefit going to help them as far as buying that, being able to afford that home with those type of prices, especially when you're trying to juggle kids and another job?
Yeah, look, the tax credit is significant, right? It is doubling. It's gone from $3,000 to $6,000. That could mean up to $450 back, and that's a meaningful support.
Excuse me? Did she just say the $450 was a meaningful support? I couldn't believe this, so I had to go look this up. 2024 Budget Canada Volunteer, and it states 2024 budget doubles the volunteer firefighters tax credit and search and rescue volunteers tax credit from $3,000 to $6,000. Doubling these tax credits means that these essential volunteers can receive up to $450 more every year when they file their taxes. And again, this was on Google, but if you actually click and it brings you to the budget page itself, and yeah, that's what it states here. $450 more these people are getting for volunteering to help their communities out. And she then goes on to say, but this isn't actually what's more meaningful. What's the most meaningful is just telling them thank you, and that we support them, and that we appreciate you, and that I can tell them face to face.
But I would never claim that the principal reward or recognition of our amazing volunteer firefighters is through the tax credit. I think that we as a country have to say, thank you so much. You are inspiring. You are someone who is choosing to volunteer to support your community and save lives. I'm glad in the budget we're able to offer this additional material recognition. But I think our support for them needs to go far, far beyond a tax credit. And that's why Harj and I are happy to be here. And just to highlight, the amazing people. There are lots of local reporters here. That's great. These are amazing people in your community. They are your friends and your neighbors. And they are choosing to do a remarkable thing with their time and with their hearts and with their minds. It's that kind of attitude, that belief in supporting your neighbor, that I think makes Canada the amazing country that we are. And it's a privilege for me to be part of putting a little bit of a spotlight on the great people here, and to be able to say in person, thank you very much.
And unfortunately, I do have to agree with her on that. That's the only good thing that came out of this press conference or announcement, whatever it was, is that these people got the recognition that they deserve. But it's very sad that all you can do is $450 when, as the reporter stated, These are individuals who are taking time away from their family, their loved ones, potentially their kids, after school stuff, to help out their community. And 450 is all that you seem to be able to do. It doesn't seem very promising for this 4 million houses that you also think that you're going to do. But as always, this is just my opinion. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this. I do apologize that it was more Freeland, but she keeps on saying the wackiest stuff out there. I don't know why they keep putting her in front of a microphone. But as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.